Thursday, International Bastards. How are you all? Great to see you, the Bastardos, the Basharisti. It is I, Dirk, host of Dirk Weekdays. It's your show. I just hosted. How are you all today on this wonderful Thursday? In my thumbnail today, I included all of the countries that I know people watch us from. And I just thought it was a little tribute to all of you because we go out to so many countries every single night. And it's always great to hear from you, especially if you're from a country I don't know. So if you could, in the chats, please say what country that you're watching from, because I love to learn more about your country. You could send us shots in the Gallery of Bastards, where you're from, to get this community even bigger but smaller at the same time, because we meet every single night at this time, 5 o'clock, Basher time. Great to see you. Andrew Wolkowicz, number one in the room. He'll be getting the Basher of the day. Andrew Wolkowicz. La da 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 da. Last time I said, you're the mascot basher because I'm your bitch. I'm working when the show starts. Doesn't mean everyone shouldn't have a great time. Check and make sure you're still subscribed and upvote. Send Dirk your pictures. Do that. And where do you send those to? You send them to basherdirk@gmail.com. That's BASHERDIRK.com. At gmail.com, I should say. That's where you send them to, and I can share all of your lovelies. I don't care. Could be your new RV, could be your Hummel collection or your Yadro. Are you one of those people that has a room full of dolls? We won't snicker. We won't talk about you. More than likely, you have a collection of watches and a collection of kitty cats and all the things that make the Bashers so wonderful and special. And Andrew, starting out as always, you get the eye Bashers gong. Number one, Dave, Fahrenheit 451, upvoted at number 3. Well, who's number 2 then? I only see Andrew, and then I see, by the way, the big guy and I are working on a little special something to alleviate maybe whatever the YouTube glitch is, so that crap won't happen to us ever again. Might take a week or two, but we're going to get there, and everybody will be counted. Stand up and be counted, Bashers. Stand up and be counted. Great to see you, Dave. Ken Furby's here. Andrew and Dave, you're too fast to draw. Too fast to draw. Gird your loins, everyone. Stanley Tucci from The Devil Wears Prada. It's time to upvote, subscribe, and say hi to Dirk and company. Indeed. Ken Furby, I love how you've become such a major bastard. Look at you on the show, sending pictures. I see pictures ready in the gallery from you. Fan-friggin-tastic. Melly C, good day, Dirk, and all the bashers. I don't know why. Every time I see good day, I do the world's worst Australian. I know it's a really flat thing where they stretch out their words like that. But on the cuff, I'm pretty bad at it. 2 purple hearts, happy Friday Eve. That's a great way of looking at it. Happy Friday Eve. Where is my little cloth to clean my glasses? Because I am the worst with fingerprints. I'm the fingerprint. I mean, if I ever committed a crime, they'd find me in 2 seconds flat because I leave fingerprints everywhere. It's just a family trait. I guess we're just greasy mix. Dean is here, and good Friday Eve to you, Melly C. Dean is here, and he says, no, you caught me napping. I took a little nappy poo today. Today was one of those days that I woke up, had coffee, took a shower, and then I put my pajamas back on and just worked in my studio all day on some fun stuff. And haven't left the house as of yet. I'll do that now that I'm dressed and ready to go. Upvoted number 7. I will take the 5th spot. I think technically you are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're in the 5th spot. I don't know. Number 2 is missing. Don't know why that is. Franco Fiore. Buonasera, signore. Have a great show to all the bashers. Please upvote. It helps Dirk. It's the least we can do for all he does for us. Aw, that's awfully sweet. Well, how about what all you do for you, what you guys do for me? You give me purpose. That's what you do. You all give me purpose. I look forward. I have a lot of things on my plate to get done, but man, this show is where I live. It's where I love to come and meet with you guys and hear what you're thinking, hear what you're saying. Take the conversation anywhere you want. And since today's International Day, I'm going to ask everybody to please, in the chats right here, please put in the chats what country you're from. I know where most of you are from, but a lot of you I don't. Wouldn't that be great? So we all have a picture. I know the names of all your cats Come on now. Renaissance. You all know who Renaissance is. It's Sir Julian. Sir Julian. Bashers of the world, unite. Unite. It reminds me of the great Charlie Chaplin speech, which last year, when I was working on a slew of new Hitman songs, I had a song called, I don't remember what the name of the song is. I'll tell you what it is, because I have it in my demos. It is called Life is War. And I wanted to use the very end of this Charlie Chaplin speech from The Great Dictator, because it's amazing. If anybody hasn't seen The Great Dictator, it is Charlie Chaplin at his finest. He was probably one of the most forward-thinking people in the whole wide world. And basically, it's a depiction of Nazis. And he plays the great dictator. And it's just way before In the Flesh, Roger Waters, before any of that imagery from the wall. Charlie Chaplin did it first. And it was before the horrors of World War II. It was before. That's how on top of it he was. He warned everybody about it. Anyway, there's a speech at the end, and it is absolutely incredible. So I wrote them this beautiful letter. I said, hi, my name's Dirk. I'm in this band, blah, blah, blah. We're working on a new record. I would love to use, like, I think it was like 3 sentences, basically. And they said, no. What are you going to do? Anyway, it turns out that Hitman record is, in limbo right now anyway. Other guys in the band decided to do other things for a little while, and I've hoped that eventually we'll get back to it and play some festivals and put another record out, because I feel like we have unfinished business. I always feel like we unfinished business. This coffee is killer. Carolyn Martin wants to know, is anyone in line to get the new Swatch? Are you aware of the new Swatch? Well, you know what? Let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. I have it in a Chrome tab. It is the new Bioceramic Moon Swatch collection, the Mission to the Super Blue. It is a moon phase, and it is quite attractive, if you ask me. That's the watch. That's the watch. I love it. Says it's on a blue Velcro strap with contrasting light and blue top stitching and a blue bioceramic attachment loop, which is plastic, and mine broke. That's why I had to get a new one. Celebrating the summer season and the blue moon of August 19th, 2024. This chronograph features a blue ceramic case, crown, and pushers, as well as bioceramic, otherwise known as plastic. 2 oversized blue moons rest against a dark blue moon phase disc, which rotates in the subdial set at 2 o'clock. It's very attractive. I kind of want that. It's $310 though. I don't know. I mean, these are great watches to just goof around in. I mean, they're Swatches. They have batteries in them, and that's fine. But it's got, look at it. It's got a pulsation dial. It doesn't have a tachometer. It's got the pulsations. Look out. Very interesting. I guess they're never going to stop. The dial is very sexy. I mean, if that was on like a real Omega, look at the loom. Look at the blue loom. Blue loom, you caught me wearing a Swatch. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Looking nice. And it's got, I guess it's got Super Luminova. The is S033N700. I don't know. I might be good with the Omega serial numbers, but I have no idea how that works here. It's very cool. Oh, that lights up too. Look at that. That's nice. I don't mind it. Was the line today? Waning Crest, July 30th. Oh, it went on sale yesterday. Oh, 18 days till the full moon. When did it go? I think it went on sale yesterday. Today's August 1st. Anyway, that's the new one. What do you think? You guys like, not like? I like it. I think it's cool. I mean, I don't have a problem with those. I think that they're fun. I think that the Moon Swatch is fun. Look, I beat the living bejesus out of mine. Look, it's beat to crap. There's no bezel on it. It fell off because they're crap. But they're fun crap. Ray's in the house says, yes, my favorite number 13. To hit the thumbs up, folks. Hit the thumbs up. Folks, what's the point? What's the point? I mean, what's the point? I got to make that. I'll make that meme for you guys later. What's the point? I have no idea. Here's Mard and his beautiful baby. Oh, I love that shot. I just want to reach through there and grab you and pet you and love you. Good evening, Dirk, and everyone watching the show. Good evening to you, Dave Fitzsimons. Hey, Julian. Hey, Basharisti. Everybody loves that you're in the show, Julian. Look, all the Basharisti, they're all here. Everybody knows you so well, and you had never made an appearance until yesterday. Like, you haven't made your presence known, just in private emails, which is very nice. But it's different. Showing off with 20 balloons. Oh my God. Hey, man, looking great. Thank you so much. Happy Thursday, Dirk, in LBI by the pool, Long Beach Island, oh my God, with the family drinking an old fashioned, listening to my favorite Queens residents. Have a great show. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well, man. Happy and healthy indeed. And we hope you're happy and healthy. And thank you so much for that, showing off. Long Beach Island, LBI, baby. Now, for people who aren't in the New York area, LBI is a very famous place on Long Island. It's a vacation spot. Some people are lucky enough to live there on the coast of Long Island. It's absolutely, Long Beach is amazing. And it's kind of like the Venice Lido without being Italian. If that's anything at all. And for that, let me give you something really great for that. Let's give you that. That hurts. It's so loud. Let's hope that never happens, because that would be bad. Mimi, who I was on the phone with for an hour before the show, I was like, I gotta do a show. My daily pop in to vote in at number 1. Hey, Melly Mel and all the bashers. So I'm going to say this live on the show, and maybe it'll put a little bit of wind under her sail. Because Meme's my lifelong friend, we've known each other forever and ever and ever. We have had so many stories and so much scammeroonies that we used to pull. She worked in the music industry, and I was in the music industry, but for a while she got me a job at Atlantic Records. And so we used to go to all these shows. We met all these famous people, and we're just constantly going over our memories. And so I said, Meme, when are you going to come on the show? And we'll just talk about all the crazy shit that we used to do back in the day. And believe you me, we're talking, it's because of her that I met Andy Warhol. He's just some mythological unicorn now. But I was actually in a room and I sat next to him, and believe me, it was fantastic. And she's got a million stories in the big city. And because we were in New York, in the best time to be in New York during the music business, during that era, the late 80s and the early 90s, when music meant something and it was special, and when albums were coming out, and when rock stars were rock stars. Who's a rock star now? Who is a rock star? We were talking about it a little bit last night. I always used to say that Bono was the last rock star. Do you guys have any idea who's a rock star now? And don't say Mick Jagger. No, we all know those are now they're icons. Is there anybody out there touring that's a rock star? And you can't say Taylor Swift, because that is not a rock star. She's a big pop star. She's Madonna. Who's a rock star? Who's snarly and sexy and fun and rock and people go to the show? I don't think it exists anymore. Even Eddie Vedder, who became a big star. Pearl Jam's not a band I enjoy at all. I think they're boring as hell. But I love him as a person, and I think he's great. And I think he could have been a rock star had he been interested in it. Like Kurt Cobain was a rock star, but he had disdain for it. He didn't want to be a rock star. Yes, he lived a rock and roll lifestyle, but I don't think he was interested in all that comes with it. Like the photography and the paparazzi and the limos and the fairs and all that. The stuff. All the fun stuff that made rock stars special, the Freddie Mercurys and the Michael Hutchinses and all those amazing people that are out there, even all the stupid bands. Those guys were rock stars. We don't have any anymore. Dean says, number 2 is the invisible troller. I hope I don't have any trolls on my channel. I don't think I do. But we do think that trolling can have something to do with the algorithm that YouTube uses that creates the havoc that is that, blah, 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 blah. But I hope not. I don't think so. Every once in a while, one of them shows up and they're immediately dismissed because there's no room for them in the Basher world. We don't care about them. Bash, say what you want. This is a gang of nice people, and we're all looking out for one another. Le Carré is here, and he says, because the band is called Hitman, and there's so many great themes you could have for songs and records. Yeah. Well, it's funny. We always kind of rebelled against that whole thing with being Hitman and stuff like that. And maybe we made some, I talked about the music industry last night, and I don't think any band personally made more mistakes than we did. We had a name. We used a target on our, that was part of our logo. Then we got rid of that. Then we got rid of our logo. Then we got rid of songs about, themes that were like that. I don't know what was wrong with us. We made no sense. We made probably some of the worst decisions in the history of being in a band. We didn't roll with it. We were very bad at rolling with it. Really stupid. Mockery is here. Hey Dirk, any trips abroad planned? Not this year because my plate is full. Paul's dealing with his mom. That's a big job. I deal with Rose. That's a big job. We have too many. I can't get away. I don't have a minute to get away. We got to get a couple of things in place before we are able to, get on a plane. And man, I would love to. I would love to. And like my princess ship, as I always say, is I traveled on my dad's passes my whole life, so travel was always like, okay, you want to go, and we would go, because the best perk anybody could ever get in the whole wide world is having a family member work for an airline, because I had this little app and I could be like, oh shit, that flight's booked, let's go. We'll be in the airport lounge and be like, oh, Rome's filling up, we're not going to get on there. Or even worse, I'd be like, oh, first is full, let's go through Geneva or whatever. With the passing of my father went the passing of those passes. So the passes are passed, and it was a great run, and I had it my entire life. Imagine having like free airfare until you're well into your 50s. It's incredible. But my next planned trip will more than likely be a scouting mission, and you all know where I'm scouting, and it will probably be a part of that. Hey, panel power, look at that. Chaplin as the dictator talking about borrowing money from Epstein is the best scene. Amazing. First of all, hi, panel power. It's great to see you in the room. I love your icon. And I love it when people, because the Bashers are the smartest people in the whole wide world. I'm always amazed when something comes up. You guys know everything before I can even spit the sentence out. It's an incredible film. For those of you who have not seen The Great Dictator, I highly recommend it. It's just one of the most amazing. It will make you laugh. It will make you cry. It will make you shake in horror that kind of thing could ever exist in the world. And it's happening now. It's happening in places that, we're all in our little cocoons. And, lucky for us, we're not fleeing our country to try to find greener grass somewhere else. Like, nobody wants to do that. Nobody ever wants to do that. Now, I don't know how many of you are fans of the band Rush, but I am. I'm a lifelong fan. And I've read Geddy Lee's book. He's the bass player and singer of the band. And I read his book when it came out, and I just recently got the audio book, and I'm listening to it. And chapter 3 is one of the hardest things I have ever had to listen to in my entire life, to listen to his mother talk about what she had to go through in World War II. It is not even believable. They lived in Poland. I'll give you a brief little synopsis, not to bring the tone down, but just to make us remember how lucky we are. We are all incredibly lucky that I've never been drafted, because I've never lived in a time where I was eligible for war. How incredibly, what a time we're in, regardless of what's happening elsewhere, how lucky you and I are. Well, I hope you and I are, that the things abroad don't affect us directly. But Geddy Lee's mom, they were living in their town in Poland, and one day a truck came and liquidated all of their belongings, put them in a rail car, shipped them off to a concentration camp where she was abused and malnourished. And she actually fell in love with a guy there who was able to bribe Nazi officers and get her extra bread and things like that. And she wound up falling in love with this guy, and she got very, very sick with typhoid. Then he got transferred out of there. This guy she was madly in love with, and he loved her. And while she was there, like 80% of her family were murdered. And she had heard that through the grapevine that this guy she was in love with, his brother was murdered, and she lost contact with him. And then when they were liberated, she got a letter from him, and she got on a bus and she went to go meet him, and they were married and they had Geddy Lee. That was Geddy Lee's parents, and because of what he was, his job in these camps was so bad for his health, with like he had tuberculosis and other things, and he wound up dying at 45. It's a tragic story. Anyway, did I bring that down? I did. Anyway, Power. Watch The Great Dictator. People need to see stuff like that so we know what happened. Ken Furby, I'll just finish off my REM. 20 years ago, my folks passed within 3 weeks of each other. I needed some love and care, and the Stipster stepped in up to the mark. Everyone hurts hit the spot. Yeah. The Stipster. Yeah. Okay. That was your comment last night. You know, I have to say that when I was, up and coming music guy, artist, I hate to use that word. It took me so long to get into other bands because I was so insularly rock. I was into classical music because that's what I was studying. So therefore I liked, all the bel canto singers and all that. So I listened to that stuff. And I loved crazy shit like Broadway Les Mis and Phantom of the Opera and a lot of the old Broadway. And I did like some pop, but like the old bands took me a while to get turned on to. And Mimi helped me out with a lot of those groups too. Bands I never would have paid attention to. And I remember she gave me a copy of Murmur. And I was like, I didn't listen to it for like a year. And then finally I listened to it. I said, oh my God, this is amazing. Then Life's Rich Pageant. And then I fell in love with him. But Automatic for the People just destroyed my soul. And I just think he's one of the most special artists. And how about a band that just gives up, hangs up their hat, takes their hat, puts it on the hook and says, good night. We're out of here. They lost Bill Berry a couple of years earlier. They did make a couple of records without him. Okay, so they thought they wanted to go on, but they realized, I just watched a whole documentary on I guess it's their 40th anniversary. And they all four of the original guys were in there, and they talked about it. And he has so many regrets for leaving the band. But the guy had a brain aneurysm on stage in Austria. They're playing on the Monster Tour, and he's playing drums, and he has a brain aneurysm. There's a lot of reasons why people quit bands. That's usually not one of them, but it was, but yeah, and I'm glad to hear that music is transcendent. Music can get you through some of the worst and the best times in the whole wide world. It can, Still the One makes me happy, and Drag the Dirt Down by Elvis Costello makes me sad. There are so many songs that can evoke emotions, and that's what it's for. That's what great art is for. Dean says, new swatch. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, who cares? Who cares? Who cares about a brand new Swatch? You know what it is? They're affordable. You know what? You know how many people out there are like wishing they could have an Omega? They're wishing they could have a Rolex. They're wishing they could have Patek Philippe. It's not Patek, it's Patek Philippe. They're wishing they could have a Patek or whatever. You listen. I don't watch stupid watch channels. There's a lot of stupid ones out there. And the dumbest one is the Dutch Irish guy. I don't like him for a lot of reasons. But his show, he puts out a video and 96,000 people watch it. And I don't know why. And it's because he puts these lists together and he takes these great brands and he puts them in the shite category, And I was amazed. He had Lange. He had Lange in like the meh category. Really? Lange? That's weird. But listen, how many people it's for the people who aspire, and listen, there's a lot of them. I know Rolex makes 200,000 watches a year. Omega probably makes more than that because their price point is so much lower and whatever. Rolex is no less automated than Omega is at this point in the game. It's aspirational for a lot of people. And I think the Moon Swatch is entry level. I think I know a lot of people are mad at it. And I'm the biggest Speedy guy. I love Speedmasters more than anything. They're my favorite watches. I love the whole history and I love everything about it. And if we didn't really land on the moon, then it's all bullshit. But I think it's maybe they'll get one of those things and then say, hey, maybe I want a real one. And they might get one. It might happen. Who knows? Who cares? Who cares? It's a Moon Swatch. I don't know. Who cares? Thank you so much for that comment, though. And I get it. I totally get it. It's fine. Ken Furby says here to bolster my point, they also retired at the right time without the embarrassment and shame of becoming geriatric rockers. You know who you are. So can I say this? Having said that, Emmett went to go see the Rolling Stones last week, and you know what he said? He said they were great. And listen, if you look at Mick Jagger right now, Mick Jagger is Mick Jagger. And he's in his 80s, and that guy can still move. I don't know if he's got a yogi or he's got a great chiropractor. I don't know what it is. Apparently, they were fantastic live. So, hey, man, what are you going to do? But there's a lot of bands that, yeah. I mean, Don Henley, and you can flag me for saying your name. I'm probably not allowed to say your name on YouTube. You probably can. Don Henley, who we all know is the biggest malcontent in the world, thanks to David Geffen saying that. I can't take credit. He's lip syncing now. You go to an Eagles concert. Is that fair? Are you going to pay $300, $400, $500, $600, $800 to go see the Eagles and he's lip syncing? No, they shouldn't be lip syncing. I don't care if the other people do it. I don't care that Celine Dion did it. She's got a neurological disorder, and we're so grateful that she's able to stand on the Eiffel Tower and mime this single that she just made. This new song, old song, Edith Piaf song. But she gets a free pass. She gets a pass. Some people do. Don Henley, you don't get a free pass. You're a dick. Panel Power. Plastic Fantastic. I bought a mission to Jupiter last year in Madrid. Why shouldn't you? Why not? Everyone should buy what they want. They should just buy what they want. But I did get a great email today. And where is it from? Hold on. I'll just paraphrase. It was from Kevin Landon. And he's talking about how grotesque it is that if you have the money to buy the watch you want, you can't, because it's so elite that you have to get on the list. They make enough watches. Because think about how much a Rolex costs. We're talking about Rolex, mostly. You have the money to buy, say, a Submariner. Date, no date, doesn't matter. You should be able to go and buy one. But you can't, because they make it so you can't, to make it so far out of reach, even for the people who have the money. And they also want to control, listen, when you're walking on the streets in New York City, you see a lot of great watches. I'm sure if you live in a big metropolis, a big city, anywhere in the world, you're going to see a particular watch. In New York, it's a sub date. I very rarely, if ever, see a sub note date. Very rarely. I very rarely, if ever, see Speedmasters, but I see tons of date justs. I see Daytonas galore. I see IWC a lot in New York City. And then you see tons of Tissot and, Rado. You see a lot of stuff. Is it Rado or Rado? I always said Rado. I could be wrong. I'll have to watch one of those lessons on how to say that brand, but I don't think anybody ever mentions that brand. It's part of the Swatch Group. It's kind of not fair. I mean, you should be able to buy what you want. You have to get on a waiting list, and then they make you buy like a Cellini. It's me. Melly C says, hi, May. I'll stop now. You don't have to stop with REM. And you know what? That's what makes this show the Bashers, because the show's about you. It's not about me. The show has nothing to do. I give you little updates on what's going on in my world, but it's about you, Ken Furby. Not about me. Who cares? Panel Power likes his moon swatch. Why shouldn't you like your moon swatch? Why not? I wear mine all the time, and I love the fact that it doesn't have a bezel on it now, because now it looks totally crazy. Look, it looks totally crazy. No bezel. Yeah, it looks cuckoo. And listen, look at it. I beat the crap out of this. Okay. My father-in-law mauled the shit out of it when he changed the battery. Melly C, they are cute. I prefer Timex Snoopy. Where's my Timex Snoopy? Timex Snoopy. Timex Snoopy. Today I'm wearing my regular. Panel Power. Bought a Seamaster Aquaterra Shades Terracotta 38mm in 2023 in Rome last year. Nice. That's so tempting. My problem with that is I'm always afraid of variables. As we talked about last night, like when I'm on vacation, when I'm away from home, from the mothership, I'm always afraid to make some kind of like major purchase, because what happens if you get pickpocketed? Pickpocket, especially in Rome. I've been watching a ton. So my cousin-in-laws, not the Italian ones, the New Jersey ones, they left for Milan this morning. We have the New Jersey Italians going to Italy, and we have the Italians coming to New York this week. It's action packed, Pee Wee. And he was asking us a lot of questions because he'd never been, and he was worried about what could go on there. And I said, listen, you're not gonna, you work in New York, you're from New Jersey, you're practically from New York, you know what to look out for. I said the only thing to really pay attention to, and this is very true in most places in the world, are the train stations. Train stations are where all the dregs of society congregate to do bad things. And in Italy, the groups of machines that they have to sell you tickets, you'll encounter sometimes people, and this happened to me, other than the time the homeless guy gave me a bullet. I gave him a 10 euro bill because I dropped my hotel key and he gave it to me because you dropped this. You'll get somebody who'll come up to you at a machine in a train station in the Termini, in Roma, wherever, and they'll say, Inglese, you speak English? No, where do you want to go? And they become super helpful. More than likely, that person is with another person or two other people, and they're gonna try to pickpocket you. You have to be very careful in the train system. Just don't ever get involved in a little pile up of people. Congestion at the door is where a big thing happens there. There's tons of YouTube videos to watch. And pickpocketing in Europe it's not, I mean, I guess it happens in New York. You don't hear about it all that much. But in Europe, it's a very big thing because they have the gypsies, the Zingare in Italy, and they're just like, it's a whole other brand of gypsy. They're crazy. Congratulations. You want to send a picture, Panel Power? You know where you send that picture? Send us the picture, please. You send that picture to basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com. I'm doing the Gallery of Bastards tonight, as I do every night except for Fridays, pretty much. Send me that picture because we'd all love to revel in your beautiful 38mm Aquaterra. Who doesn't love that watch? I love Aquaterra. It's one of my favorite watches. It's the perfect watch to have when you're just gonna have one great watch. It's great. It's absolutely great. Melly C said that would be an awesome show regarding Mimi and I getting together. So yeah, so maybe I'll just put a little fire. Hey, Mimi, I'm gonna throw you a little fire. Well, I could do that a better way. Hold on a second. Let me throw you a little fire, Mimi. Come on the show. Be my guest. Be my guest. Be my guest. Ba, 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 ba. I think you guys would love it because she's amazing and she's got stories like I don't even know about. And that's crazy. We did a lot of stuff together, but I'm sure she did a lot of crazy stuff on her own. I'd like to hear about it too. Okay, so Melly C says the last rock star was Michael Hutchence. He was a gorgeous human. Now, Melly C, a lot of our conversation before I got on the phone was about Michael because she was his publicist. And where I met Andy Warhol was at an In Excess launch party. I think it was for Kick. She thinks it's for Listen Like Thieves, but I think that's too early. I'm pretty sure it was Kick, and it was in New York, and it was a very funny thing. And I've said this about him before. I've met a lot of rock stars in my life, and there was something about that guy. There was an aura around him. It was like a crazy Jesus aura. Like the second you got in his vicinity, you went, oh, shit. Oh, wow. I mean, totally a rock star. Ray says Lenny Kravitz. You know, Lenny's got a bigger career in Europe than he does here. And I like Lenny. Who doesn't like Lenny? He's really cool. He's rock and roll. There's something about him where I think he's more of a rock and roll star pretender. Like he tries so hard to be a rock and roller. But in real life, that guy's like vegan. You know, he does like yoga at 5 o'clock in the morning. I like him. Don't get me wrong. He's made a lot of really good music and he's made a lot of really bad music. But listen, he's very successful and I like him. But you know, it's funny. And he doesn't shower. Apparently he smells really bad. I have not been within a couple of feet of him, so I don't. I was in the same room with him once, but I've never had the pleasure of smelling him, and I don't think I want to, unless someone is wearing an absolutely fabulous fragrance. Because I like personal deportment. I like soap. And I love toiletries. So unless you're, and here's the thing I always tell people, here's a rule of thumb, because I'm a bit of a fragrance nerd. Your fragrance should be only evident to you and someone close to you. So if you put on too much, if everyone in the room can smell your cologne or your perfume, you've put on too much, and that's a rule of thumb. Le Carre says Steel Panther are still rock stars. Well, I mean, in a parody way, they're super, 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 super duper fun for sure. They're super fun. Death to all but metal. I mean, they're showing you what it was like. I lived through that. I knew a bunch of those guys. I never wore the shiny spandex and had my hair all bleached and teased, but I knew a lot of guys who did. And yeah, those Steel Panther are way better than any of those bands they parody. That's the irony there, because they sing, although they're better than all the bands because those guys are great. Lenny Kravitz, yeah, Rufus. I know he's got a huge career in Europe, but mostly here. He's put out like that song. I will never forget. He did a video where it's like you see an alarm clock beep 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 beep, and then you see Lenny Kravitz. He's in bed and he's naked and you can see his ass. And there's 4 girls in bed with him. And then he grabs like a big bottle of booze, and I'm gonna grab my bottle of seltzer. He goes, go, 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 go. He wakes up after an sex orgy, slugs a bottle of Jack Daniels, lights a cigarette, and then puts on his leathers. In real life, he does not do those things. He doesn't drink and smoke or any of that stuff. He's a vegan who does yoga at 5:45 in the morning. That's why. Have you seen that guy's body? He's got like a 12-pack. It's unbelievable. Bert Dundee is in the room. Hey, bastards, what did I miss? You missed absolutely nothing, Bert Dundee. We're talking about stuff. Right now, we're talking about Lenny Kravitz. Roar of the Tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. How are you, Roar of the Tiger? Dave Grohl is a rock star and a nice guy, but everybody loves Dave Grohl. Yeah, he's definitely a rock star, but he's kind of like, the thing about him is he's touchable. You know what I mean? Because he's such a man of the people, Dave Grohl. He doesn't exude that like like when you saw Robert Plant, or Freddie Mercury, they're like untouchable gods. Dave Grohl, you could have a long neck Budweiser with that guy in a bar. There's no pretend, there's nothing. There's no security around him. That guy, he's a rock star for sure. Of course he is. Twice over. However, he's a man of the people. You can actually get near a guy like Dave Grohl, Kyle Gass is still a rock star. He's in big trouble. Kyle Gass is part of the Tenacious D duo. He's the older looking gentleman, portly, that he made some kind of statement that he had to apologize for. I don't know what it was about. It was something unsavory, apparently, and not very fitting for bashers. Dean says, Roar the Tiger, Dave is definitely a rock star, but Dirk's not a fan of their music, but he gets them. Yeah. Listen, I like The Pretender. I like what is it called? I like a bunch of their songs. I love Everlong. That's my favorite Foo Fighters song. Learning to Fly. I like a bunch of their songs, and I love their guitar player, Chris Shiflett. He's got a YouTube channel called Shifties. I think it's called Shifty's Place. I watch it religiously. He gets up with other guitar, but I'm a nerd. I love guitars and I love to talk about guitars, and I'm a singer. And it makes no sense. But like, I know more about, guitar gear than almost all the guitar players I know, which is so weird. But I'm also like a nerd head with stuff. It's very odd. Like I said, I've got more guitars than any singer should have. But no, I get Dave. I get why they're big. And listen, I'll say this. Rock is dead. It's so dead right now. But Foo Fighters are responsible, for the most part, for saving rock and roll. Because who else was keeping it alive? No one. They were playing stadiums. I mean, U2, they're a legendary band. But, I don't think Foo Fighters should have gotten the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, though. I think that's premature. I don't think the Red Hot Chili Peppers should have been there because I think they suck, one. And they shouldn't have let that guy, Josh Klinghoffer, who made one album with them, in to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Meanwhile, like, certain members of certain bands that were in the bands for 20 years don't get in. Ronnie James Dio is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was in Rainbow. He was in Black Sabbath. He had Dio. He's considered the greatest heavy metal singer ever in the history of singers. He's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but Josh Klinghoffer's in there. Who cares? It's crazy. Maneskin members still try. Yeah, they do. And it's like they're Italian. and you could tell. Yeah, and their music is like, that's not rock. It's not rock. It's danceable pop with guitars, and it's not. I don't get it. Jim Lassick, 4.99 on a ride. Hey, pulled over to say hello. Hey, he's on a ride. Getting on the highway, looking for adventure and whatever comes his way. Jim Lassick. I'll listen to the show later. Have a great night. Cheers. All great to see you. Let's give you a big bang boom for that. Love that one. It's so big. Look who's in the room. I would kill for a lang. It's Ash Fishbowl. Where have you been? Ash Fishbowl. Where have you been? I was asking about you the other day. I was like, where's Ash been? Great to see. Who wouldn't kill for a langue? Oh man, Shevitz. Told you my story. I'll brief for the people who weren't listening. Dana was in town. We went to her hotel bar. We meet this couple. They're really, really nice. And I'm talking to this guy and I go like this. And then I couldn't stop looking. He had a langue 1 on. And then it took me like an hour to just say, okay, what's with the langue 1? And it turns out he created Pokemon Go and he created Google Earth. That's the guy that has a langue 1. Roar of the Tiger. When you get to play alongside Sir Paul McCartney at the Obama White House, you're a rock star. Do you know Roar of the Tiger? You ready for this? I watched that today. I often watch that performance. That's when Elvis Costello gets up there and he goes, Penny Lane is in, you know, it's unbelievable. Showing photographs of all the heads he's had the pleasure to know. He does Penny Lane. Paul does Michelle. Because I've wanted to do this for years. I finally get to sing it at the White House. Amazing. That was right before Paul's voice. Elvis's too. Elvis's voice is kind of shot also. I'll never forget Paul McCartney. It was Saturday Night Live, and he had a fisherman's friend in his mouth. And all singers know what that is because it turns your tongue red. I was like, oh, he's having a bad vocal night. And it was right around that time that Paul, and he doesn't change the keys. He still tries to sing it in standard tuning. Paul, we love you. Drop it down a couple of keys. It'll help. It'll help. Tune down a half step, whole step. But yeah, when you get to play alongside Paul McCartney and Dave was there, true. But watch Elvis Costello sing Penny Lane. It's pretty great. Sure enough, maybe they landed, maybe they didn't. Who cares? He's talking about the moon. Listen, I don't know. Jury's out. Paddle Power. Rolex makes about 1,200,000 per year. Rolex. Oh, is that true? Oh, that's interesting. Rolex makes less? Huh. You know, I never knew the numbers on that. 580,000 per year. That's fascinating. I was unaware of that. That's interesting to know. Till Lindemann is not a rock star. He's a rock supernova till the end. You know what's really crazy about Rammstein, depending on what side of the pond you're on. Listen, I'm fascinated by them. I think all their songs sound exactly the same, but it's cool. They have a big Kiss show. It's bombs and fire, and he's nuts and all that stuff. And he had a very big scandal last year that he went to court and it was thrown out and everything. Well, apparently, a lot of girls said a lot of bad stuff. They tried very hard to cancel Mr. Lindemann, but it didn't happen. They don't sell any records, though. I did a deep dive on like how many records they sell. They're a huge live draw. Like they come to New York and they play like a couple of nights at like 2 stadiums and go home. They in Europe, of course, they're massive, but you know, because people don't buy records, they don't have big record sales like you would think that they would, considering what a big live draw they are. And I know that those celebrity net worth things are a lot of bullshit, but it says he's worth like $8 million. And for a guy that's that big a rock star, I mean, Taylor Swift is worth $1 billion. $1 billion. It's the Gash, man. Gotta love Rammstein. Yeah, they're fun as hell. I love to watch their live shows. Of course, everybody knows Du hast mit from Mutter. And the greatest music video ever made in the history of music videos is Deutschland. Has anyone seen that video? It's unbelievable. It is pure cinema. It is crazy. And it's basically a timeline of Deutschland, Germany. Like everything that's happened in their history. It's freaking amazing. Absolutely crazy town. Hiteshi's in the room. He says, "Happy Thursday, everybody." Hey, Hiteshi, look, there's a picture of you. Now we got a name and a face. That's amazing. Roar the Tiger, you don't have to correct your punctuation in this room. It's fine. We know what you meant. RP1960, I haven't seen you in a while. Sadly, the Rolex waitlist has really soured the brand for me. Of course it has. Yes, their watches are beautiful, but there's no reason at all. It's ridiculous. I can't believe that 1,200,000 people have the money, 10, 12, 15, 30, 50, whatever, thousand, to spend on a watch. I just don't think that that's a real number. That's an exorbitant amount of money to spend on a luxury item. It's like Birkin bags. How many people spend $20,000, $30,000 on a bag? People who have, FU money. I think Rolex was the aspirational brand, and now it isn't because people don't aspire. They get something else. There are a lot of other aspirational brands. They could get, Hublot. Just kidding. There's a lot of brands. I don't know. Crazy. Travis Watts. Hey, look at that. I just said it, and there it is. Gatekeepers such as the Dutch Irishman earn the title when the sheep flock to the gate. Yeah, I guess so. Gatekeepers. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It was suggested the other day, and I clicked on it just because I was like, curiosity killed the cat. So I looked at it, and I was like, oh, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Why does anybody care? Why does anybody watch any of the shows they watch? Anyway, thank you, Travis Watts. Let's give you Cuckold Husband. Bala says, you don't necessarily have to be irresponsible and unhealthy to be a rock star. Lenny is very... No, I like Lenny. I'm a fan. I have a bunch of his records. I have a bunch. You don't have to be irresponsible and unhealthy, but like he tries to portray the life, like in his videos and stuff, he tries to pretend he is one. And it's not true. Yeah, but Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, I don't get them at all. Hey, Ice Coldenex. Ice Cold in Alex. There you go. Hi, Dirk. Was Queen at Live Aid the Limit live performance? Yes, probably was. I am lucky that I saw Queen 4 times with Freddie Mercury in my life. I saw it 4 times. I was very young, but I saw it. Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, it's the most iconic performance. Was it the best? I don't know, but man, he really pulled it together. He really did. I just emailed you some photos of Aquaterra. There it is. There it is. Thank you so much. Travis Watts, Green Day might be one of the best rock bands from my generation. Yeah. Okay. Green Day. All right. Green Day for the win, you guys. Maybe I'm just too old. I mean, to me, they were always just like tried to be a punk band, but they're a pop punk band. I have nothing but love for those guys. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame too. I think that's a bit premature also. When, Deep Purple wasn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Scorpions are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but Green Day is? I don't know. Seems kind of not so right. Hey, Manny Perez, cheers from Atlanta, Dirk. Cheers to you, Manny. Cheers to you. Ray's wishing Jim Lassick a safe ride. When it comes to Italian rock stars, Nanowar of Steel and Windrose are quite surprising. It's difficult to believe they are Italian. I don't know either of those groups, but I do know the band Manowar from New York is very popular in Europe, and they're really stupid. It's really stupid. It's very silly. They wear loincloths. Danny Gutierrez is in the room. He says, hey, everybody just got out of work. Dean says, yuck, fisherman's friends are absolutely gross. My nan believed that they were like medicine. Every singer in the world has them in their gig bag. Let me tell you something. Every singer in the world uses them. We all do. It's like the next best thing to steroids. Because if your voice is shot, it'll help you. It'll coat your throat to a way where it's manageable. But if your voice is shot, then you need to take steroids. Bojo says, just had a friend walk into the Rolex AD and they released and sold him a Datejust 36 that was for exhibition only. He has a history of 7. Well, that's why. It's almost like when they type your name in, it goes beep, 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 beep. Like, give him something. Give him something. And they gave him a 36 millimeter Datejust. Daniel says, who cares? Rolex has the largest name cachet in the luxury market and not just in watches. They do. It's like, McDonald's. It is. Red Hot Chili Peppers have some good tunes, but they are overrated for sure. My favorite song from them is By the way, I try to say I be the heavy load. I don't know. I like it. Meaning they're McDonald's. We all know that. And Ray Ray says, yes, Rammstein as in Till. I thought at first, but you asked Rockstar. He's a rock star. Never met your heroes. Next, you'll be telling me no Santa. Yeah, I won't be telling you. Anyway, guys, you know what it's time for? And we actually have quite a big one today. So we're going to go way over. But who cares? Because you guys are worth it. You know what it's time for? The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world. Bastards. Time to look at your window inside the life of the Bastards. Ray sent this cute pup yesterday, but he sent another one. I thought this was adorable. Look at that, making mints. What is that, fiberglass? I hope it's not fiberglass. Ray, tell me that's not fiberglass. What is this? What is this stuff? Cornwall. Oh, look at that. Right, in Galway. Right, well, that's that. What is that stuff? Is that insulation? I don't know what it is. Ray, you're freaking me out. What is that? Hope it's not what I think it is. Tell me what that is, Ray. I want to know. I want to know a thing or two about her. Andrew Wolkowicz stepped out to the barbecue, and guess who's spying on me? Well, you know how that goes. So we have these. You're a beautiful baby. I have these sliding glass doors to my patio, and Laverne was never allowed on the deck, or Glau, because none of them were allowed out there. But I would be out there with having drinks and friends with family and dinner, or whatever, and I just keep looking over there, and I always see the cat face at the window because they want cats want to be a part of the action. That's beautiful. Thank you, Andrew. You're number one today, and I'm going to send you a Basher of the Day. I have to make up a new song for you. I have to make up all new lyrics for each and every single one of them because that's how I roll. I say I'm not a cat person, but they have moments that are worth sharing. Oh, this is Andrew again. Yeah, because cats do the darndest things. And that's why we're all here, to share each other's stuff. Oh. Nothing better than a sleepy cat. Especially when they like each other enough that they could sleep together. It's very cute. I used to have Glaucus and Murray before the Laverne era. And Glaucus was my very first cat. And then I adopted Murray. He was born in my brother's deli's basement. And Glaucus and him used to get into this big kerfuffle. And sometimes I would just see a ball of black because they were both black and white. And I'd just see hair flying all over the place. And then I'd break them up. And then half an hour later, they're both holding each other, sleeping, cleaning each other's faces. I'm like, what did he say? What did he say that you got so mad at him that you attacked the living crap out of him? Andrew says, here's the blanket from last night. Yeah, this is a recap of the blanket last night. Aw. Yeah. Look at it. Taken off the bed and scrunched to perfection by your cats, because that's what they do. That's what they do. That is what they do. Jim Lassick. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to show you these guys. So yesterday I mentioned that my neighbor just mentioned that she moved away years ago. But she mentioned that her husband had a Rolex. I said, oh, I didn't know that. I just said, I know a little bit about watches. And she's like, oh, you do? She goes, yeah, because what kind of watch is this? And then I saw it and I was like, oh, I think this is counterfeit. So this is the watch that she sent me. And it's kind of like the original 97 Yachtmaster, but the date looks funny. It looks like the font is too thin. And Jim Lassick kind of I sent him the pictures and he kind of said, yeah, it's probably about right. It's looking a bit funny. Yeah, it doesn't look right. It's got diamond indices. Yeah, it looks fake to me. And it's like, I don't have the heart to tell her, but I probably will have to do that. I don't think she really cares either way, because she said like somebody gave it to him, or it was a poker game. I don't even remember how the hell that happened. But yeah, it did. Melly C, Eminem, Summer Night Madness. We got some Mindy action. Oh, hi, honey. Hi, honey. Look at you with her big saucer eyes. We call those saucer eyes. Laverne didn't have saucer eyes, but Murray had the big saucer eyes. You're a beauty. You're such a superstar. Look at that. Uh-oh. That looks like a very cool cabinet you have in the angle of your house. Oh. Pause up. Oh, what a baby. Sleepy baby. Oh, and there's Mork. Is the blood all going to his head right now? Oh, those are great. Thank you, Melly C. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dean McKenzie, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Oh, some pens for all of the pen collectors out here. Ready? How about this? An Anato certificate of authenticity. The Magnum Explorer pen. Wow, that's a beauty, huh? Look at that thing. Oh, shit. It's a bullet. Oh, boy. It's a 44 Magnum. Oh, my God. Oh, it's a 375 Magnum? I didn't even know that was a thing. Wow, 545 pounds. Wow, that's an expensive pen. Okay, the Regal Scroll Diamond Edition. This is a fountain pen. Quite beautiful. Wow. Wowee kazowie. What's the price on that? I can't see it. Oh, wow. What is this? The closed set of Royal Scroll and Explorer. Oh, you can get them both together. A closed set. That'll set you about a couple of £1,000, eh? Wow. And some cigarettes. I only tried a cigar once and I thought it was gross. Not my thing. But, whatever floats your boat. And I know nothing about cigars. The big guy knows everything about cigars. That I don't know. Those are fat, though, right? Don't those look like, meow, see, I'm the frog, meow. Those look like cartoon cigars. Look how big those are. What are those called? Romeo and Julieta. The Churchills. Oh, yeah, that's what it looks like. $40. $40 for a cigar. Wow. I guess it's the Rolex of cigars, huh? Wow, look at those things. Are huge. I do love the smell of a cigar store, though. I don't love the smell of lit cigars, though. I don't like it. And I love all the paraphernalia, too. Like the ashtrays, Porto Cenere, and the Havana Club. I love all that. I love all that 1950s, like drinking and smoking paraphernalia. It's also cool. Cuba. I would love to go to Cuba. These are very cool. Robusto House. I didn't know you were a big cigar guy. What is this thing that looks like dynamite? Coronas, $30. But smoking damages your lungs, but you don't inhale cigars. Is that correct, right? I mean, I think you don't, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. No, I'm not, Travis, I'm not going to get into it. Not my thing. Not my thing. But, do what you do. Do your thing. I think it looks cool when somebody's got like a great suit on, fabulous car. It's like the old movie stars smoking. It was the thing. There was a certain romance to it, Pens from the show. Okay, I got those already. Sometimes people send me 2 things in a row. So Angelo Minichello is showing off some new friends on his property. Wow. Oh, that's a buck, huh? Wow. Oh, wow. He's a beauty, huh? Absolutely beautiful. Oh. And I know he's safe, and I know you won't shoot it because I know who you are. Okay. Thank you, Angelo, so much. Franco Fiore, updates of the 1675. Here's a little bit of watch porn for all of y'all. I mean, if there was ever a more beautiful Rolex made, I don't know. This is certainly one of them. I mean, my God in heaven. I believe this is the one that Rob Delaney has. I think it's the exact same one. He's got a really old 1675. Forgive me, but this watch is so much sexier than the ceramic ones. And it looks so perfect on you, man. Wear that forever. It's so beautiful. Amazing. Amazing watch. Rob Pelletier, he is out shopping. Oh, I'm gonna try on some wrist candy. Is that what you're doing? Wrist candy? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, got your little Santos going on there. It's got plastic film on it. Why does it look so? It's got some. Yeah, it's got stickers on it. Well, oh IWC, that looks good on you. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Oh man. Oh, I'm not the biggest Santos guy because I don't like all the screws. I'm not, especially when they're two tone. Ooh, that doesn't look right at all. I think that suits you beautiful. I love that strap. That's sexy. Super sexy. Yeah. Amazing. Here's Bert, Mr. Oh, Leah. Ladies and gentlemen, Leah. Here's Leah, Bert Dundee's cat. Oh man, how wonderful. What a baby. Let's get that face in there. Oh, you're a lady. So pretty. The calico ladies are so beautiful. Thanks, Bert. Amazing. Martin Brown. What you got, Martin Brown? Oh, this is more stuff, because I'm not even going to call him amateur. He's a astronomer. Look at this. He takes these pictures. Holy crap, that's a spiral galaxy. Holy macaroni. Which one is that? Did you say in the chat? What? Oh my God. I can't believe this is nuts. Absolutely insane. Wow, look at that nebula. Nebulae, I should say. Wow. Wow, look at the universe, man. How in the world do you do that? Imagine what James Webb could do if you could do that. We should know. Oh, and there you are. What a beauty. Lurking around. They're always on top of your keyboard, right? Trying to get you to make mistakes. Fantastic. Thanks so much. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Whirlpool. Oh, you did right. Whirlpool Galaxy, 13 hours and 3-minute exposure using broadband filter stacked in a deep stacker software and processed in Photoshop. The Orion Nebula, Ghost Nebula, American Nebula, and Saturn. Oh, Saturn. I didn't see Saturn. How did I skip Saturn? Hold on. How did I miss that? Did I skip it by accident? Hold on. Hold on. I think I skipped it. I don't want to skip it. It's not showing up when I do my scroll. Wonder why that is. Hold on. I'll fix it. I'll find it. +3. Oh, it's interesting. Okay. Now I can show it. I don't know why. Is it a different kind of folder? Here it is. Saturn. Wow. I always forget. Well, I don't always forget, but it's always amazing to see how it sits on its axis. It's amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for Bronson. Everybody loves to see pictures of your stars and your cat because your cat's an even bigger star. Even bigger star. Ashley, what's up, baby? Oh yeah, look what you got. Look out, kiddos. Oh boy. Looky there. Wow. Perfect for summer. That is crazy. You got a shot of that loomed up? Wow, that's amazing. Is anybody else the biggest Broad Arrow Hands fan in the whole wide world? I love them. Perfect on you, man. Absolutely perfect. That's amazing. Thanks, Ash. It's the brand newest one. What a great summer watch. And it's Kiwi for Team New Zealand. Oh, is that right? Is that the Team New Zealand official watch for them? That color is off the hook, man. And from Kieran, I should say, his new Aquaterra. You ready for it? Here it comes. Lucky boy. Lucky boy. Hold on a second. Open up. There it goes. Open up, kiddos. Open up and say, ah. Oof. Look at the dial he got. Oh, no. Man, is that gorgeousness. Holy mackerel. Perfect fit. I love that all the bashers wear the right size watches. Oh, man, that's great. You wear it a little loosey-goosey, too, in the classic Omega box. Wow, that color is unbelievable. Wow. And all the kit, there you are in the shop, picking it all up. Did you get a glass of champagne? You better have. Wow, that's amazing. Thanks so much for that. And that, my friends, is the Gallery of Bashtards.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
Daniel Gutierrez want to know what Travis was smoking. He's smoking a Perdomo. There you go. I don't know what that means, but you guys can talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, I think I tried one when I was like in my 20s. It's like when I tried whiskey last time I tried whiskey, and I went, oh, I don't like that either. I would love to go to Havana and watch them make the cigars and all the beautiful art. It's like I'd like to go to Scotland and go to Islay and watch them make all the scotch. I won't drink any of it because I think that shit is so nasty. Yuck. Manny Perez says, Travis, enjoy. I smoked a Cohiba Siglo number 4 yesterday. Okay, you guys are crazy. Dean says, wow, sick Rolex. Yeah, the 1675. It's crazy. Wears it every day. As you should. As you should. Travis Watts likes that Santos. Yeah, if it wasn't for the screws, I don't like screws on watches. It's just my thing. I would go for the IWC. Roy the Tiger says, meow, the frog, she, meow, Edward G. Robertson and Bob Kane's Courageous Cat, meow, cat. My favorite Courageous Cat, and I'm not being insular, Courageous Cat. So the frog is like the Edward G. Robinson character, and he's the big mob boss, and they're just pulling off a big heist, and Courageous Cat is snuck in, and he's with the gang around the plans for the big heist, and he goes, meow, she, Mugsy, you go around back, Bugsy, Tugsy, you go around the front, Courageous Cat, you go, Courageous Cat. It's just so funny. Those cartoons were amazing. The frog, she meow, can't get me no way, she meow. Denny Gutierrez, speedy update. Hey, Travis Watts, is there a speedy update? Do you have a speedy update for the Bastards? Let us know. Oh, Travis Watts says still waiting. Okay, see, it's not fair. That's not fair. But he's got le culture to keep him company for now. You know, $900 for the service. I know. That's what it is. It's $900. That's a lot. I mean, it's a lot considering, and you get 5 years now on a new everybody. Pretty much it's 5 years going on, but it's crazy. My GMT was around that price too. Yeah. I mean, it's $1,000 to walk in the store. Melly C, gorgeous Aquaterra, crazy. Yeah, Travis Watt says the broad hour is beautiful, but will hurt legibility on the subdials at some point. That's why the professional is king of the chrono. Agreed, except for the CK2915, the 60th anniversary Speedmaster. RP1960, $4.99. Great show once again. Thanks so much, RP1960. Let's give you a big bang of Rooney. What are we going to give you? Let's give you the gong. Panel Power, thanks for showing my watch. You made my day. No, you made our day. It's your show. I just host it. That's it. Bashers is your show. I'm just here to organize things and get you guys all talking. We all know about each other's lives, our pets. We got to see, Mork and Mindy today, and Olive and the kids. And we got to see Bronson, everybody's cats and their watches. This is a place for us to share. It's a nice little safe haven where we can get out of the fray, get away from the dumb crap that you see on YouTube. We don't have to be besieged by dealers and horrible people. This is a community of folks, man. We're a real thing. We're a real tribe. So whatever you have, man, you just send it on over. Thanks so much, Panel Power, and everybody for being in the show tonight. That's the show. 10 minutes over, but you're worth it. Let's keep it going. Tomorrow, I'll be back with the big guy. I'm on at 6 p.m. tomorrow. As you know, you can send all of your pictures to the Bashers Gallery, the Gallery of Bastards. Send me your shots, the sublime, the obscure. Basherdirk@gmail.com. Don't forget to send it to that. And I'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Friday, I'm on at 6. Sunday Mass is going to be at 3 p.m. I might change the time because my Italian relatives are coming in. You guys tell me if you want it later or earlier. Tell me, and I'll do it. Your wish is my command, dear Bastards. Thank you so much. Travis Watts says, cheers, Bashes. Cheers to you. Roar of the Tiger, thanks for the stream. It's my pleasure for you always. Bashes has had 3,500 views from the last 7 days. Tell your friends, family, colleagues, and complete strangers, spread the word, and get Dirk to 10,000 subscribers. Oh, that's awfully sweet of you, Dave Fitzsimons. I thank all of you because you guys make this show what it is. The best I can do is just make sure I show up on time and be a part of your world. It's your show. I just host it. Remember that. Thank you so much, David, and Melly C. and Daniel. Thank you all. Guys, remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And always remember that when you encounter unkindness, you cannot be sure what that person's going through. Either they're having a bad day or maybe they're just